here, this month does look like you're dealing with something that is um, fairly contemplative, is what I would say. A lot of the cards here, and of course, I mean, there's clarifiers that I pulled out here as well, but the main cards out are minor arcana, so it's not major transformational energy, but certainly it does look like it does go to a lot of cards indicating that you're doing making a lot of plans and really doing a lot of strategizing this month, with starting with the Seven of Swords, and then we've got the Strength card. Of course, you're trying to endure a situation and persevere through. The Six of Pentacles, there could very well be sort of some give and take in a particular situation, but it does feel like there's some support around you at this time. And then we've got the King of Cups as well, could be dealing with a father figure. I'm just going through the general energy and then I'll flesh it out as we go along. And then, of course, we've got the Seven of Cups. So I feel like there's some decisions for you to make, and you're just really not sure on how you want to approach things at this point. But further out again, Ace of Pentacles, around that new start, something that you're trying to kind of work through. Um, you're looking for some kind of a new grounded energy, something that's stable up ahead here, but you're just not sure which direction you want to go in. Definitely, there is something where you're kind of reviewing life in terms of it could be a masculine figure in your life, somebody who's very significant to you, doesn't have to be a love relationship, but certainly can represent. As they say, father figure, anything around that. Cancer sign, water sign comes through for me with the King of Cups, and then the Hermit energy as well, just in a space of really quiet sort of energy here this month. Again, support is coming in here with the Six of Pentacles and around the Nine of Cups. So I feel like you are around some kind of possibly family situation or something that is more heartfelt. Um, because it looks like there's some deep emotions here that you're dealing with, but I feel like you're it may be deep emotions, but it feels like you've got things sort of under wraps, like you're just kind of containing yourself in some way here, especially with this, the Seven of Swords as well as that Page of Swords. Okay, so there could be some spying energy again for some of you, although that's not really sort of the main readout that I see here. But I'm just going to throw it out there anyway, just for some of the representations of each of the cards. But overall, as I say, this is reading energy. It's not predictions. Energy is malleable. You can always change your decisions as you go along through the month. But this is just to give you an introduction to some of the energy that you're working with this month. And then, as I say, further out, you'll be able to make better choices, based on what you're working with. So, like I said, for this period, whatever seems to be on your mind, uh, you're making a lot of plans around it. Like I said, the strength card in itself, 8 is a very sort of spiritual kind of number for me, and it does represent that card of, um, for me, it represents as like the infinity, and it goes from the 8 to the 9 here down with the hermit. So and we also have the Nine of Cups. So it's almost like something is coming to an end or a conclusion. You're in that space. And again, Nine of Cups is sort of further out because you're currently in the Six of Pentacles energy, but it still feels like something is kind of coming to a conclusion here. And I feel like that is where you're going to be sort of taking off from. So you are definitely going through a particular situation that is wearing on you to some extent. Like I said, the Seven of Swords means there's a lot of plotting energy and strategic kind of energy that's coming through here. But I'm going to bounce around a little bit here. But again, going into the Hermit energy, and again, this is further out. And as well, we've got two nines here. So there's something that's pretty conclusive that's coming through here. And it does feel like it's a very warm energy, if I can say it that way, I guess, because, like I said, I see support here with the Six of Pentacles. There's some kind of connection here to a father figure or to a very strong masculine that seems to be in kind of a withdrawn energy. There's something here where you're searching for answers, or this male figure may be searching for an answer as well. This could be you or another person represented in your life at this time, but there is definitely something here where you're trying to look at your life a little deeper and, like I said, try to deal with some issues around, um, dealing with an issue around, I would say, this masculine King of Cups. So again, your emotions are very deep, and but you're holding back is what I would say there. You're holding back your emotions during this time. So again, I'm not saying that you're at some kind of big crossroads necessarily, but it definitely does speak to there being a situation where you're having to really reach into your emotions to be able to deal with something. You're trying to find something here that is going to guide you into this next phase here. I don't know that I see it so much as a big leap of faith and a new direction, so much as you're trying to find more stability in your current situation. Like I said, most of the cards are more about planning and enduring through a scenario, and you do have some warm support around you. But again, there's something here that tells me you aren't ready to make a move on anything yet. I feel like you will benefit from a situation, whatever this period is of contemplation that you're dealing with. There is some aspects of possibly some smaller denominational money that's coming towards you, but it is around a wish fulfillment. So something in that area is going to be aiding you or assisting you in some way, likely on a financial level as well as on an emotional level. There is some kind of gain or some kind of connection to that, um, the connection to something here. And again, it's all seems to be sort of oriented around this water sign here with the King of Cups. So, like I said, I don't know. I mean, I do see some soul searching, but it's not something that's kind of surprising you, and there is some distance here that I feel you're starting out with in the month. Emotionally could be dealing with some other younger people here as well, but it feels like you're really having to, make some wise choices here with the hermit energy. And like I said, this is still in around, uh, sorry, still in around trying to bring something emotionally to the surface, but you're not in that position to do that just yet. So, sorry. But anyway, I do feel like you're in that place right now where you're having to really um, deal with a situation that seems to be pretty heavily on your mind. Because, like I said, most of it, this is a mature energy here with the King of Cups, but the Seven of Cups is, still energy around having available options to you. So, whatever it is you're trying to contemplate through, you're not stuck in any way. There is, some kind of improvement that is going to be coming through in your life. But again, still very in control of your emotions. I feel like you're still very much in touch with your feelings. And again, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but it's emotions that are kind of going through a period of looking through another lens of some sort. Maybe you can't deal with the situation right now, or deal with the emotions right now because they are very subdued. But they're deep feelings that you are controlling at this time. And it is kind of a mature expression that's very, that's also prevalent. So, anyway, I do feel like I mean, some of you, this could be a love relationship of some sort, where there is going to be a scenario here where you're in deep contemplation about this person, and I feel like you want to connect, but there's something that may be holding you back. But again, for others, this is another person who's more significant in your life. But again, two nines, something's coming to a conclusion here in a situation. Maybe you're getting close to making a decision here about how you're moving ahead. But either way, there's some sense of fulfillment, which is going to allow you to move yourself into this safer space here with the Ace of Pentacles. So, um, like I said, a lot of this is very emotional energy this month, and very cerebral. Because even with that Seven of Swords here, I mean, it's kind of a spiritual card, really there as well. But Seven of Swords still speaks to dealing with a situation where you might be dealing with some area of your life or with another person here, that there is some level of tension. There could be something around that as well, where you might be feeling like you could be taken advantage of in a situation, or something is just a little bit off in this period, but it still feels like you're trying to kind of, get things mentally prepared. I don't want to say scheming necessarily, because I just, the energy is too positive. Um, and I'm not saying you're in a really happy place. I feels like there is just something that you are just going through the motions with. So, I mean, you don't really have a lot of trust about something, in a particular situation. And I feel like you're trying to make plans, to be able to get through whatever this scenario is that you're facing. So, again, it's kind of, a need to almost run away or escape from a situation here with the Seven of Swords. You're really trying to search for a certain level of clarity in a scenario here because, again, I mean, the swords really does represent some strong energy around things being, um, where there needs to be maybe a level of compromise. There could also be some energy here around trying to uh, deal with some conflict, some level of conflict. But like I said, I mean, overall, it just feels like you feel like something is working against you in this period, in this month. And you do have some energy, like I said, that's coming through with that Seven of Wands that's moving in your favor. You still have the upper hand, and you're definitely trying to figure things out this month. But I just feel overall you're still in that kind of withdrawn sort of energy that I don't know. I can't really say much more other than it's just a really strong withdrawn energy where you're not really able to advance yourself forward yet. You might be, as I say, surrounded with some very warm, kind of energy with maybe this is family here, but it just feels like there's just some real hold back energy here. But you are contemplating a new space in your life and you're just trying to sort of see a way forward. But anyway, um, so when we get back into, well, maybe we'll stay on the swords there because that Page of Swords energy, like I said, it just feels like you could be dealing with some level of conflict, something here that is something you need to deal with here. So there could be some tension around you at this time that you're not really quite comfortable in. But I feel further out, you will be able to make some choices. I wouldn't say in the month of April necessarily. Some of you might be able to advance yourself forward in that energy, but for the most part, for this particular reading anyway, I don't see a lot of that coming through. Page of Swords, like I said, you've got some curiosities about something here, but it just feels like there's something a little shady or something that you're not really comfortable with. Um, and it just feels like, and this could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius energy that's coming in here also, but it just feels like the people that are around you at this time, or at least, even though you're surrounded by some really warm energy here as well and supportive energy, I feel like you're maybe locking horns with others as well in this same space. So, I feel like you're kind of considering some new phase in your life, although I don't see like some upper hand complete change or anything along that line. But I feel like you're trying to either negotiate or trying to stay kind of neutral, trying to be just a little more cerebral, less emotional is what I think you would like to be in this space for the month of April instead of so using more of mental energy over, the heart space because I think you're trying to control your emotions and I just feel like you're trying to stay in that area of how do I solve some problems? How do I negotiate? How do I, kind of stay in the neutral zone here and not cause any real rift? There is feelings of detachment going on here as well. But I feel a lot of that is, you just be, it's careful energy, I guess is what I would say there. Just really careful energy. Um, and I think this is where you need to sort of this, or at least this is what you're doing, is you're kind of detaching yourself from a particular issue and able to find a way to resolve it. So the strength card is that you're trying to really persevere through the situation. But again, you're really close to conclusive energy here with the Nine of Cups and that Hermit energy. There's two nines in this reading. So I really feel like you're in that space where you're transitioning or about to transition into something here. But right now, it's almost like you just need to accept something, integrate it, and, enable and be a little flexible in the way that you're dealing with things this month because you're really going through something that is. Um, it's almost I don't want to say that you're confused by it so much as it is it feels like your emotions are kind of bouncing around a little bit here, is what I would say. It's like you've got your emotions under wrap, but then you've got emotional support here as well. But again, it's still back into that space of the strength card, which is I need to really stay in control of myself and not allow myself to maybe um show anything other than this level of strength, because like I said, this is where you're starting out this month, is kind of a detached energy, but also one of strength. You're trying not to show that you are being affected by a particular situation or scenario at this time. So strength card, again, like I said, this is still striving towards some level of balance, and trying to sort of be brave in the face of some challenge of some sort here that you're faced with. But I feel like you're trying to exercise more knowledge. That's how you're getting through it, is you're trying to exercise some mental energy over the situation, and able to deal with it. uh, and as I say, it feels like there's a little bit of conflict that's kind of going on here with some area of your life here. There is something that you're kind of dealing with, but you're still relying on self control to sort of bring you through it. And I feel like this is, you know, because you've got reflective energy here with the hermit as well, and you're trying to make some wise choices and trying to stay. I don't even want to say it's positive. You're not trying to stay positive so much as you're trying to be brave, and trying to get through, fight through, tame things down and sort of fight through whatever situation you're dealing with. You're trying to get some guidance, some level of guidance here as well, with the hermit energy. And again, I still feel like this is something in around um, a father figure or some masculine of some sort that's quite water sign based. But again, a lot of willpower and determination to get through this situation. Not major arcana, so it does feel like this could be something further out that you might be going through that will, erupt with some bigger cards. But right now, it's just sort of tying up loose ends with the nines, two nines. Um, and I feel like you're separating yourself or putting some distance between you and, because the main card out here is the strength. That is the major arcana. So it is a situation that you're facing that is requiring you to be brave, and facing whatever this challenge is here. So again, we do have the seven of wands, and that is the challenge. You do have the upper hand. You do have a level of, showing up in the face of this situation with some pretty good energy, because the seven is about keeping a certain semblance of order and definitely kind of triumphing over the situation. But, and again, you do have a lot of options and emotionally that are available to you. So you might have a lot of supports in in this situation. But again, even when I look at the seven of wands, I mean, this is still about kind of dealing with, for sure, self control, but facing opposition, taking a stand, anything along that line. And it's also, kind of in around, not just meeting the challenges, but being able to negotiate, your position. So you're kind of staying out of the line of fire as well. You're really able to kind of stay in the middle ground here. Um, you're steadily trying to balance things out again with a real methodical approach, using your mental energy. And it feels like a very emotional situation that you're dealing with here, but you're maintaining very well. So I'll just keep that as the main cards out there. So Six of Pentacles is where we're kind of headed here. Six is all about kind of keeping the balance here as well. So you definitely are faced with some situation of support here. I do feel like this could be representing some synchronicities around an emotional situation. Something is going to make you happy here, despite this energy of, feeling a little bit, you know, hard to be happy, and yet there is happiness in this situation. So I feel like this is you in a place of, maybe providing, somebody might be giving you some charity or helping you out, or you're doing the same for others, or maybe it is just a reciprocal sort of energy going on this month. But it definitely feels like there's a lot of wisdom, a lot of exchange emotionally that's going on here in this month. So And I feel like whatever the struggles are that you're dealing with, like I said, I feel like you really are in a place where things are going to be, sorry, mutually, it's somehow, I don't want to say healing energy so much, but mutually is somehow, as I say, when it's a supportive group, it feels like it's just mutually acceptable, like from everyone in this situation. There, it's a good passing along of advice. It's a good place where you're both able to, or maybe several people are involved here, are really able to kind of meet in the middle, because that 9 of cups energy tells me that it's a situation where you are finding some happiness or some emotional connection that's quite strong that's coming in here. So like I said, I mean, I don't know what this situation is that you're dealing with, but again, it does seem to be stemming around a masculine figure. And again, with the 9 of cups, I mean, it's wish fulfillment, but it's also about finding depth of meaning in, a period of solitude with the hermit energy here. So I feel like you're opening up more to yourself, even on an emotion level, even though you're not sort of voicing things externally, but it still feels like you are in a place of, feeling contented, like you're in the right place at the right time, to kind of be in a space where you can emotionally find some level of satisfaction, or, whatever that, like I said, whatever that connection is for you is very important to you. So I feel like there's also an area here of, um, because like I said, we're dealing with that 9 of cups, but there's the 7 of cups energy over here also. And the seven does, of course, tell you that you are considering all your options. You're trying to figure out how you can go forward after this situation you're dealing with. But it is also, kind of seeing through some of the or maybe going through some illusions. I don't feel like it, and actually, you know what? It's not really so much illusions, because it is with a grounded energy here with the Ace of Pentacles. So that 7 of Cups energy to me doesn't really speak to. It just feels like you're kind of up in your head and you're trying to make choices, pick a direction here. There might be some confusion that is coming through here, more so is what I would say, and certainly it does speak to kind of. You're trying to figure out, where would you put money? What is the next step to feeling, that you can, you're not going to be, you don't want to be in a place of confusion here, even though this is where you are right now. It feels like you're going to be making some kind of step in a new direction that's going to be a lot more solid and grounded. So if you are dealing with something where you're trying to focus on, new love or new money, or because there's obviously a lot of areas that you can move in, I just feel like you are not really, I don't think that you're really seeing it almost feels like your energy is a little bit all over. So, like I said, I mean, you're just not sure what you want right now. You're not sure what to expect. You're not sure what you want, because the situation isn't really giving you anything. Um, I don't, maybe you just don't know where your sort of place is after in this area. You don't really, but you are going to find that further out, because the Ace of Pentacles tells me you're going to be moving in the direction of something that is more solid and grounded, and it's practical. It's not like big money or anything coming in specifically, but it's something that is going to improve your situation for sure. Ace of Pentacles is a new start in a grounded scenario. So you definitely have something that is going to be presented soon out. Right now, in the month of April, I don't feel like that's where things are at, but there is going to be a new energy that's going to have some potential here coming in very soon after. And again, it's still in the beginning stages, but Ace of Pentacles, you have a little bit of time yet to wait, but for sure there is something here that's going to allow you to feel like like you've benefited in some way. So again, this could be a new business opportunity, or maybe some money that's coming in, that's going to give you a feeling of a little bit of security. But either way, it's going to be grounded energy, and it's going to be tangible. It's going to be something in the real world that is going to allow you to, um, just feel like you are in ownership of new property, or, able to advance yourself because you've got a raise or a promotion or a new job. So whatever that is for you in some way, there is a sense that you're again, there's a benefit to you that's coming in. A little further out, not right here in the month of April, but just following that, there'll be a positive reward of some sort because this is you, um, initiating a plan with that Seven of Swords. I mean, it's almost like you know something is coming. It's almost like you know something is coming here, and that is going to be a stable stream of income, or at least a little bit of an additional um, amount of income. So, anyway, that's what I have for you for April. I will do some further readings out further out. This is just sort of a general synopsis of energy that you are faced with for the month of April, and keep moving forward and never give up and stay focused because it looks like there's something up ahead that you will be making a decision about. And I feel like that Ace of Pentacles is where it's all going to begin. Have a good month, Virgo, and like I said, I'll do some additional reads here coming up.